Imagine a world where being smart isn't enough, where the brightest minds struggle to lead, and success isn't determined by IQ, but by something far more subtle: emotional intelligence. Daniel Goleman changed the game when he introduced this revolutionary idea. Before him, intelligence was measured by numbers, tests, and logic. But what if the secret to outstanding performance and truly great leadership lies in how we manage our emotions, connect with others, and understand ourselves? This idea hit people like a lightning bolt. Oh, so that's what's been missing? Goleman gave us words to explain what we always felt but couldn't name. Back then, Goleman was a science journalist at the New York Times, deeply immersed in research on the brain and human emotion. Over a decade, he uncovered powerful insights about why some people consistently rise to the top, not because they're the smartest in the room, but because they understand people, handle pressure, stay calm in storms, and move others with clarity and empathy. What he found was groundbreaking. Outstanding leaders weren't defined by IQ, they were defined by emotional intelligence. It's no surprise, then, that Harvard Business Review picked up on his work, publishing a series of articles that echoed a simple yet profound truth. Emotional intelligence is not just helpful for leadership, it is the core. And it doesn't stop at leadership. Emotional intelligence shapes how we work, love, lead, fail, and rise again. So what is emotional intelligence exactly? According to Goleman, it isn't just one skill. It's a framework of 4 key domains made up of 12 deeply human competencies. These aren't abstract theory, they're lived experiences. They're the difference between chaos and control, between inspiration and indifference. And here's the good news. Unlike IQ, which barely changes over a lifetime, emotional intelligence can grow. It's learnable at any age. Ready to find out how? It begins with self-awareness, the cornerstone of emotional intelligence. Self-awareness means knowing what you're feeling in the moment and understanding how that emotion shapes your thoughts, reactions, and choices. Think about it. How often do you pause to ask yourself, what am I feeling right now and why? Most of us are swept away by emotion without even realizing it. But those who cultivate self-awareness gain a kind of emotional radar. It's like having an internal compass that tells you exactly where you are and why you're heading that way. Emotion directs attention. If you're angry, frustrated, or afraid, your brain zeroes in on that. But being aware of those emotions gives you power. You can choose your response instead of reacting blindly. That gap between impulse and action is where maturity lives. It's invisible from the outside, but on the inside, it's transformational. People low in self-awareness struggle to improve in any other area. But those who are self-aware, they're capable of developing strengths across the board. The second domain is self-management, and it's where theory meets practice. It's one thing to know you're upset. It's another to stay calm under pressure and do what needs to be done anyway. Goleman outlines 4 elements of self-management. First is the ability to regulate emotions, not suppressing them, but managing them so they don't sabotage your performance. You still feel them, but they don't control you. Then there's the ability to marry resilience with optimism, to stay upbeat even when things go wrong. This isn't about toxic positivity. It's about choosing to believe in possibility even amid uncertainty. The third skill is adaptability. Life changes fast. Can you pivot? Can you adjust your mindset and stay productive in shifting conditions? And finally, there's goal focus, the emotional muscle that keeps your eyes on what truly matters despite daily distractions and setbacks. Together, these self-management competencies form the backbone of what separates a reactive person from a responsive one. And in leadership, that distinction is everything. Next comes social awareness. This is where emotional intelligence turns outward. At first glance, it may seem like reading the room or understanding organizational dynamics. But dig deeper and you'll find its beating heart: empathy. Empathy is what connects you to others on a human level. And it has 3 dimensions, each one unlocking a different layer of connection. The first is cognitive empathy, the ability to understand someone else's perspective. This is about walking in another person's shoes, not just to feel their pain, but to understand how they see the world. It allows leaders to communicate clearly, using the language and mental frameworks their people already understand. If you know how someone interprets reality, you can reach them with precision. Then there's emotional empathy, hardwired into the human brain. It's the circuitry that lights up when we witness someone else's joy, pain, or struggle, and we feel it ourselves. This instant, unconscious resonance helps us sync up emotionally. It's the reason we cry during movies or feel a lump in our throat when someone else breaks down. It's not weakness, it's connection. The third, and perhaps most underrated, is empathic concern. This is where empathy becomes action. It's not just, I know what you think and feel. It's, I care about you because you matter. This builds trust, the single most powerful currency in any relationship. Leaders who radiate this kind of care don't just inspire loyalty, they create cultures where people thrive. Finally, we arrive at relationship management, where all 3 previous domains come together. This is emotional intelligence in action. It's how leaders influence, inspire, and elevate others. It's the ability to guide, motivate, and build trust. Can you get work done through people? Can you keep teams aligned and focused even when stakes are high? Goleman asks crucial questions. Can you articulate meaning in what you're doing? Can you make people feel their work matters? Can you navigate conflict with grace and calm, listening to both sides and finding common ground that earns respect? This is the difference between a manager who gives orders and a leader who creates transformation. And the best part? Emotional intelligence is not reserved for the elite or the gifted. It's a set of learnable skills. Wherever you are in life, whether you're leading a company, a classroom, a family, or simply yourself, emotional intelligence can elevate you. It gives you the tools to thrive, to build real connections, to inspire action, and to create a meaningful impact. Goleman's work is more than a framework. It's a roadmap for anyone who wants to lead not just with their head, but with their heart. So ask yourself, where do you stand in these 4 domains? What's one area you can grow today? Because every moment is a chance to become not just a better leader, but a better